Welcome to the Complete AI Guide, your commute-friendly podcast brought to you by GeorgeEbbyMatthew.com. We are now on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcast. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. All right, let's jump straight in. Today, we're looking at some really fascinating insights from our research. It's about a colossal failure to scale. I mean, with all the hype, all the investment, why do so many AI projects just fizzle out?
It's what we're calling the AI paradox, and it's staring us right in the face.
The AI paradox.
Think about it. 40% of today's stock market valuations are driven by expectations around AI.
40%, that's huge.
It's massive.
Yeah.
And yet, when you look at what's actually happening inside companies, fewer than 15% of AI initiatives ever reach their intended scale.
Wow. Okay, so that's a huge disconnect.
Yeah.
We're valuing the potential almost 10 times higher than the proven delivery.
Exactly.
So if the technology, the models themselves are so powerful, where's the breakdown? Why is the business world failing to bottle that lightning?
Well, our research is very clear on this. The block isn't the algorithm. It's not the tech.
Okay.
It's operational. It's a failure in the operating model. Companies are treating AI like a cool lab experiment.
Right, a siloed
A
project.
siloed project, exactly. Not as a strategic core business capability. And if you don't weave it into your operating model, it's doomed. It fails from a lack of funding, a lack of shared infrastructure, and just no real connection to business impact.
So the operating model is the weak link. That makes our mission for this episode pretty straightforward then. We need to unpack the blueprint for success. We're going to break down the 5 critical pillars you need to build an effective AI operating model, one that aligns everything, capability, governance, all of it, with your strategic goals. This is basically your shortcut to moving AI from a pilot project to a real core enabler.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's start at the very foundation. Pillar 1, capability. Now, when we say capability, we're not just talking about building one specific model.
No, not at all. The key insight here is thinking of AI as a portfolio of reusable, scalable capabilities, not just a string of one-off projects.
That portfolio.
And this is the critical part. That portfolio has to be ruthlessly aligned with the organization's top strategic priorities. It has to mirror the vision.
That makes sense. It immediately brings up the question of, resource allocation. How do you make sure you're not building this amazing, sophisticated solution for a minor problem?
That is the danger. Look, if you're a retail bank and your big vision is to be the most trusted digital-first bank,
Okay.
then your AI investment, your capabilities, have to focus on things that build trust and digital ease. So, real-time fraud detection, personalized financial advice, things the customer feels.
Right, not some internal logistics model.
It might be efficient, but it's a distraction from the core strategic capability.
And for an NGO, that same logic applies, but the capability looks totally different.
Completely. Their strategy is mission effectiveness. So their AI portfolio should be about, say, predicting school dropout rates or tracking aid distribution more efficiently.
The capability has to solve a problem that moves the main vision forward.
Precisely. If it doesn't, you're just creating debt, both technical and strategic. And that leads us right into pillar 2.
Engagement.
Engagement. This is where the strategy actually meets the user.
And where so many promising models just die on the vine because of friction.
Absolutely. You can have the best model in the world, but if the business teams don't know how to use it, how to trust it, how to even ask for it, it's useless.
So engagement is about designing workflows.
It's about designing clear, human-centered workflows, making the whole process of requesting and using an AI solution frictionless for the people who actually need it.
And our research points to a really crucial role here, one needed to make that happen. We've heard the term, but let's define it. The AI translator.
The translator is the connective tissue.
Yeah.
And they're much more than a project manager.
How so?
They need to deeply understand the business goal, say, reducing customer churn, and be able to translate that into specific technical requirements for the data science team.
So they say something like, we need a churn prediction model, but it has to have X, Y, and Z explainability features, and it needs to plug into the CRM right here.
That's exactly it. They define that user experience, and critically, they ensure that prioritization is always based on strategic value, not just convenience.
That prevents those little rogue AI projects from popping up everywhere. Shadow AI.
It does. When engagement is built this way, every single AI interaction reinforces the company's strategic direction.
Okay, let's move to pillar 3 then, reporting. This feels like a place where a lot of organizations fall back into old bad
A
habits.
major challenge. Most tech teams report on what's easy to measure.
Model accuracy, server uptime, CPU load.
Right. And while you need to know those things, they tell the C-suite absolutely nothing about whether the AI is actually delivering value.
You can have a model with 99.9% technical accuracy, but if it's solving a problem that only saves the company $5 a month,
It's a strategic failure,
yeah.
even if it's an engineering success.
So we have to combine those technical metrics with strategic impact metrics.
Yes. There's the so what insight. You have to draw a clear line from the algorithm all the way to a financial or mission outcome. Growth, retention, trust.
And our research gives some really tangible examples of this. For a retailer, you don't just measure model lift.
You measure the outcome. A 12% increase in average basket size that you can directly attribute to your recommendation engine.
And for an NGO.
You measure mission impact. You aim for, say, a quantifiable 15% youth retention in your programs, and you prove the AI is what's making that happen.
So the golden rule, it seems, is non-negotiable.
Hmm.
Every single report must answer the question, how did this move us measurably closer to our goals?
If you can't answer that, the project is irrelevant. And that takes us right to pillar 4, governance.
Ah, governance. The place where good ideas go to die.
That's the reputation, isn't it? A layer of bureaucracy.
Yeah, but our research reframes it. It shouldn't be bureaucracy. It should be orchestration.
Orchestration. That's the perfect word. It's about aligning AI with your vision and values, yes, but in a way that lets you move fast on the right things.
So how do you get speed out of governance? That seems counterintuitive.
By defining roles clearly and standardizing your tech, our research points to 3 specific forums you need. First, a steering committee. They hold the purse strings. They make sure everything aligns with pillar 1, with capability.
Okay, that makes sense. Then there's the technical council. What are they standardizing specifically?
They're setting the standards that let you scale. They might enforce a single MLOps framework for the whole company.
Ah, so you don't have every business unit using a different cloud, different tools.
Right, because if you do that, you can never reuse code. You can never scale cost effectively. The technical council ensures architectural consistency.
And the third forum is the ethics board. This feels like the one that could become the biggest bottleneck.
It's a constant clash, for sure. The key to orchestration here is that the ethics board only does its deep, slow review on the high-risk models.
High risk like.
Public-facing models,
Yeah.
things that impact credit decisions or patient care, sensitive stuff. For a low-risk internal efficiency model, the review should just be an accelerated sign-off against pre-approved standards.
So governance becomes context aware.
Exactly. And that's how it enables speed instead of killing it.
Which brings us to our final piece of the puzzle. Pillar 5, structure, the org chart. How do you actually build the teams to make all this work?
Structure is how you pull AI out of that experimental silo for good. The way you organize your teams has to align with your company's strategic strength.
And the most successful approach we see in the research, it seems to be a hybrid model.
Yes, a hybrid. It tackles the fact that top AI talent is scarce, but it also ensures you get that strategic integration. It starts with a central center of excellence, a co-E.
That's where you put your heavy hitters, the research scientists, the MLOps engineers.
Correct. They own the reusable platforms, the core models. But if you just leave them there, they become that isolated ivory tower, totally disconnected from the business realities.
And that's where the second part of the hybrid comes in, those embedded AI translators.
You got it. The co-E builds the platform. The translators are the boots on the ground, making sure the capability gets used.
It's the biggest challenge with that structure.
The biggest challenge is giving those embedded translators enough authority to push back on their own business unit leaders when a requested project is, well, just not aligned with the central strategy.
So they're responsive to the business, but they're accountable to the COE.
That's the balance you have to strike.
And for a smaller organization like an NGO, that can't afford a big COE.
To keep it simple, you just align the AI work directly under the existing impact strategy team. The point is to make sure the work is mission-driven and not stuck in IT somewhere.
When you get that structure right, the connection between leadership, strategy, and responsiveness, that's when AI stops being a cost center.
And starts becoming a compounding asset that drives real, measurable value.
Okay, let's pull this all together. Let's synthesize these 5 pillars. If you take one thing away from our episode today, it should be this. The winners in the AI race won't just have the best models.
They'll have the best operating models.
To recap, pillar 1.
Capability. A portfolio of AI work that is directly mapped to your core strategic goals.
Pillar 2, engagement.
Frictionless processes, driven by those critical AI translators.
3.
Reporting. A ruthless focus on strategic impact metrics, not just technical ones.
4. Governance.
Orchestration through aligned councils that are built for both speed and trust.
And finally, structure.
A hybrid structure built for leadership, combining that central co-E with embedded expertise in the business.
Our research leaves us with one final provocative thought. There's a quote in there I love. The winners won't be those who deploy AI fastest,
But those who build AI that compounds in value and impact over time.
So as you move forward, I want you to think about that structure pillar in your own organization. What is that perfect balance for you between a centralized COE driving efficiency and those embedded translators driving relevance to make sure that value truly compounds over time? Thank you for joining us on the Complete AI Guide podcast. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode.